From Keene, the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Tuesday, January 24th, 2017. Silver is trading at $17.20 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,218 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at 4 cents, and the average price of Bitcoin is $916. Antiwar.com reports Syrian rebels and government officials attended their first day of peace talks in Astana, Kazakhstan, which saw their meeting face-to-face for the first time in the entire war. The meeting was far from the cause for celebration, however, as the two sides angrily traded barbs and threatened to leave. The rebels continued to accuse the government and their allies from Iran of violating the ceasefire by attacking targets linked to al-Qaeda's Nusra Front. The Nusra Front is not a party to the ceasefire, which has led to officials insisting no violations took place. Syrian Ambassador Bashar al-Jafari, the head of the government's delegation, condemned the rebel leader as insolent and encouraged President Bashar al-Assad to withdraw from the talks. This did not happen, obviously, but both sides adjourned to separate rooms. There's no indication that anything worthwhile came from the indirect talks that happened over the course of the rest of the day, with the rebels insisting that all talks have to happen from separate rooms to punish the government for ceasefire violations. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports 4 Republican senators on Monday unveiled a possible health care replacement for the Affordable Care Act, which would allow states to keep insurance exchanges created by former President Barack Obama's signature law. The proposal, called the Patient Freedom Act, or PFA, outlines 3 options for states going forward: keeping its ACA exchanges, participating in new exchanges, or establishing an alternative system without federal funding or regulation. The efforts come as Republican lawmakers and President Donald Trump face growing discontent from Democrats over the issue. Earlier this month, Congress began the process to repeal the ACA, and Trump issued an executive order on Friday to further the cause. The bill states this proposal empowers patients by eliminating costly and burdensome mandates, making enrollment easy, requiring price transparency, and restoring state authority to set rules for their health insurance markets, and giving patients power to make their own health care decisions. The proposal also promises to keep certain patient protections from the ACA, including a ban on exclusion of people with pre-existing conditions and discrimination-based prohibitions. The PFA promises to eliminate federal requirements that citizens and businesses buy medical coverage and will let state lawmakers decide what their local healthcare exchange will look like. In 2115 New England, there are no borders, no states, and no regulations, yet never has a more peaceful and prosperous place existed. But Mr. Drake's security company has seen better days. Faced with the prospect of waning power, Mr. Drake intends to replace the anarchy of New England with a government. But at what cost? Will anybody care? And can anyone stop him? Anarchy in New England by Joe Jarvis is available from Amazon.com and all major bookstores. Reuters reports a powerful storm system plowed up the U.S. eastern seaboard with torrential showers and high winds on Monday, hindering airline and rail travel after killing at least 21 people in the south, many in mobile homes demolished by tornadoes. Tim Morin, the National Weather Service's New York Observation Program leader, said the storm, which unleashed deadly twisters in Mississippi and Georgia over the weekend, turned cooler as it advanced on the northeast, where residents faced potential flooding, downed power lines, and high surf late Monday into early Tuesday. 2 commuter rail lines operated by New Jersey Transit, which serves about 100,000 passengers daily, suspended service during the evening rush hour between New York City and parts of New Jersey due to fallen power lines, according to the agency's website. About 750 flights in the U.S. were canceled, with New York metropolitan airports bearing the brunt of the disruptions, according to air traffic website FlightAware. Northern Pennsylvania and parts of New England are expected to receive more than 6 inches of wet snow, producing dangerously slick roads, and AccuWeather said traffic along several interstate highways throughout the region may be impeded. Forecasters said winds topping 50 miles per hour could whip the East Coast from Delaware to Maine, where the state legislature canceled all business for Tuesday in anticipation of harsh weather. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.